Okay. Next theorem based on the property of angle bisector theorem. See the statement. The bisector of an angle of a triangle divides the side opposite to the angle in the ratio of remaining sides. Again read it. The bisector of an angle, triangle का किसी भी angle का bisector divides the side opposite to that angle. Correct? Opposite to that angle in the ratio of the remaining sides. Okay? So that will be the statement. Now we will understand the theorem. So in that it is say that किसी भी triangle में, suppose the triangle is ABC, okay, we can draw any bisector of any one angle. So suppose I draw the bisector of angle ABC which intersect the opposite side at point D. Correct? So this one is bisector, so it divides the angle into two equal parts. So theorem says that in a triangle, if you draw the angle bisector of any one angle in a triangle, correct, is divide the opposite side in the ratio. What is the ratio? AD upon CD of the remaining sides. So what is the remaining sides? AB and BC. So it will be equal to AB and BC. Clear? So theorem say that the bisector of an angle of a triangle divide the side opposite to this angle, correct? The ratio of this side is equal to the remaining two sides. Ratio of remaining two sides, that is AB upon BC. Clear? Now we will prove this theorem. So there is two methods to prove this theorem. So we will solve both the methods. So first, method 1. So first, what are the required things? That one we will write. So first we require the triangle. That is A, B and C. Okay? And we have to draw the bisector. So suppose I draw the bisector at point D. So the bisector, so definitely is divide these two into equal parts. So what is the given thing? So first write the given. In a triangle ABC, the bisector of angle BAC intersect the opposite side BC at point what? D. Right now. So bisector of angle BAC intersect side BC at point D. This one is my given thing. Now to prove, what we have to prove? Write down. To prove AB upon AC is equal to BD upon CD. Correct? This one we have to prove. Now again, in this theorem, the given data is not sufficient. So we know that if the data is not sufficient, so definitely we have to do some construction over there. So we will do construction. In construction, what we will do? Draw a line, just extend the line BA, okay, and draw the line parallel to AD which is passing to the point C. It's not visible. which meet at point E. That is my construction. Clear? I repeat the construction. Draw a line CE which is parallel to ray AD. I repeat, draw line CE which is parallel to ray AD, and this line meet at line AB at point E. Clear? So write down the construction. Construction. Draw a line parallel to line C, parallel to ray AD. Correct? Extend AC and extend line BA which intersect at point E. Correct? Now proof. Now first, to make it easy to write the proof, we will give some name in that. Suppose I consider, see here, it's an easy way to write the proof. Just give the name to the angle. I just give this one is A, B, C and D. Are you getting? I consider this name. So in a triangle, first add the given thing. In a figure, ray AD is a bisector of angle BAC. Correct? So therefore, we can write angle A is congruent to angle B and give the number 1. Simple thing. Is that clear? Now, line or ray AD is parallel to CE and BE is a transversal. See here, AD is parallel to what? C, and I consider this one is a transversal. So look, my figure look like this. Correct? This one is A, here D, and here C, and here E. Is that clear? So if these two lines are parallel, so definitely this angle and this angle is what? Congruent. Why? By corresponding angle. So here A and D will be congruent by corresponding angle test. So therefore we can write angle A is congruent to angle D, that is second, and result will be corresponding angles. Is visible? No. Can be removed. Okay. Now the next. Now similarly, if I consider these two lines, AD is parallel to C is already given, and AC is a transversal, and AC is a transversal. So my figure will be like this one, and this. So this angle and this angle is what? It's an alternate angle. So here we will get B is congruent to what? C. Are you getting? Okay. So in that AC is parallel to C and AC is a transversal. So angle B and angle C having some relation. That relation we called as a alternate angle. So alternate angles are always congruent. So we can write that angle B is congruent to angle C. That is the point number 3, and this will be alternate angle. Clear? Now from 1, 2 and 3, what we can say? Here AB is congruent to A is congruent to B, A is congruent to D, and B is congruent to C. So therefore we will get angle C is congruent to angle D. Why? From 1, 2 and 3. We will get this place as a number 4. Okay. Now in a triangle, which triangle? ACE. Triangle ACE. Angle C is congruent to angle D from 4. So as we know that in a triangle, if two angles are congruent, then the side opposite to that angle is congruent, and this theorem is known as converse of isosceles triangle theorem. Clear? So by that property we can say segment AC is congruent to segment A. That's the point number 5. And why this is, we get this one? By converse of isosceles triangle. Okay, is that clear? So here we get this point. We remember that this point, and in a triangle, BCE, AD is parallel to CE. So in a triangle BCE, AD is parallel to the second side. So in a BPT theorem we had studied, in a triangle if any line parallel to the third side, so we can apply the BPT theorem over there. So by BPT theorem we can write BD is congruent to BD upon DC is equal to BA upon A. Is that clear? Now in a triangle BCE, AD is parallel to the opposite side, to the second side, and it intersects the two sides at the two distinct points, point D and point A. So definitely we will apply the BPT theorem over here. So by BPT theorem we will get BA upon A is equal to BD upon CD. Correct? By BPT. But here we had already proved AC is congruent to what? AE. So can we replace this AC with AE with AC? So we will get AB upon AC is equal to BD upon CD from 5. So here we had proved a theorem. Done? Right on. So then we will see the proof of same theorem in a method number 2. Okay, तो start करते हैं same theorem but different methods. Okay, so that is method number 2. So again the same theorem. We have to draw one triangle. I draw one triangle, that is A, B and C. Okay, and here one side we will draw bisector of angle D. So bisector, so this angle and this angle is the equal part. So first write the given. So given is, in a triangle ABC, bisector of angle BAC intersect BC, side BC at point D. So this one is a given thing. To prove, same, AB upon AC is equal to BD upon CD, or DC we can write. AB upon AC is equal to BD upon DC. Now again, the data is not sufficient, we have to do the construction, but we are seeing the second method, so construction will be changed. What we will do, we will draw a perpendicular from point D. So this one is perpendicular. We will give M and N. So what is the construction? Construction. Draw DN perpendicular to side AC and DM perpendicular to side AB. Is that clear? I have done a small construction, DM perpendicular to AC and DM perpendicular to AB. So that is my construction. Now proof. So first write the given thing, whatever you see in the figure. So in a triangle, in a figure, AD is a bisector of angle BAC. AD क्या है? Bisector angle BAC का. Okay? And DM perpendicular to AB and DN perpendicular to AC. So in a 9th standard we had already studied one angle bisector theorem. What the theorem said? First we will see that. Theorem says that in a angle, if you draw the bisector and if you take any perpendicular distance from these two sides, if you take any point on an angle bisector, correct? So that is equal distance from the sides of an angle. That was the theorem on an angle bisector. Correct? So theorem says that if you take any point on the angle bisector, that point is always equidistant from the side of angle. So here MD and DN will be what? Congruent. By which theorem? By angle bisector theorem. So here what we will write? So therefore segment DM is congruent to segment DN. Is so no need to write one. Reason is what? Angle bisector theorem. Is that clear? So keep this point in your mind. And if you see that DM and DN is what? Is a perpendicular. So perpendicular है तो क्या होगा? वो तो हाइट होगा ट्रायंगल का. तो हाइट दोनों क्या हो गए? Equal. So in these two triangles, heights are equal from here. Correct? DM is equal to DN. So height equal हो गए तो दोनों का एरिया किसके ऊपर डिपेंड करेगा? बेस पे. So for triangle, in a triangle, triangle ABD and triangle ADC having equal heights, that is MD or DM. Get it? So the triangle ABD is equal to what? Triangle AD. In a triangle ABD and triangle ADC having the equal heights, that is DM and DN. So in these two triangles, both are having equal sides. So area depend upon what? Area depend on their corresponding base. So we can write area of a triangle ABD upon area of a triangle ACD is equal to AB upon AC. That's the point number 1. The reason will be what? Areas are proportion to, here you have to write reason, I am not going to write the reason. The reason is what? Areas are proportion to corresponding base. Clear? Now the next. Now same triangle ADB, but our perspective will be changed. In a triangle ADB and triangle ADC, A is having the common vertex, on the base are same line. I repeat, these two triangles having the common vertex A and the base are the same line. So height of these two triangles will be what? Congruent or common. Are you getting? I repeat the point. These two triangles having the common vertex and the base lies on the same line. So therefore the height of these two triangles is common. So again, triangle ABD and triangle ACD having common heights. So common heights means area depend upon base. So here area of a triangle ABD upon area of a triangle ACD is what will be the base? Base क्या है? BD and CD. तो BD upon क्या आ गया? CD. ये हो गया 0.2 and रीजन क्या आएगा? Same area are proportion to corresponding base. Clear? So from 1 and 2, what we can say that here ABD, AC, both the areas are same. So we can say that AB upon AC is equal to BD upon CD. So this will be my proof from 1 and 2. Simple. Are you getting? Is that clear? So these are the two methods. I always prefer to prove this theorem by second method because it's the easy one and smallest one. So you can apply this theorem, this method to prove this theorem in exam 2. I hope you clear both the method 1 and method 2 to prove this property of angle bisector of a triangle.